Good morning. Welcome to the 5Cs. This is Planet Head. I'm again playing with Robert Gould Shaw here. Uh, this is Creating a Corporation, Part 3, if I'm not mistaken. Um, right now, I am continuing my flying between career missions. This will be the last episode, I think, that I bring up anything about career missions, as they're almost as interesting as planetary interaction to listen to in videos. And by when I say almost as interesting, probably not interesting at all after a little while. Um, so, as a review, let's see if I can pull up my notes here. I'm getting better at this. I'm making notes so I don't forget to hit some things. Um, Last episode, well, first let's hit our sponsor. Our sponsor is Better Than Yesterday. Wham! And it will slowly get better. I want to get an animated thing down the road, something like this. But the Alexandrian ring. A new Corp means new opportunities! Exclamation mark. If you're interested in contacting us, we have the channel, The5Cs. Well, I have the channel, 5Cs. I'm the only one that seems to be in it right now. Um, or you can mail Robert Gould Shaw. That is my CEO character. Uh, if you've watched my previous videos. But this video is sponsored by the Alexandrian Ring. If anybody else wants to pay me money to do these videos, you're more than welcome to. Never mind. Sorry. No one would ever pay me to do these. So, as a review of the last episode, um, I made a few minor errors in there. Well, first one was major. I died. If you watch that, it's kind of funny. I was really stupid. So jump into that. I actually love dying in this game. Well, right now because my ships aren't worth anything. Um, so that was a learning experience. Um, I was able to get my skill points, if anybody's wondering. Um, the other parts that came up were I did make one mistake. I was talking about BPOs and researching them, and I went and got the skill research so that I could throw a BPO in and start researching it. After the episode came up, I realized that researching is not the skill that you need to use to research BPOs. Researching helps, it speeds it up, but you need laboratory opportunities. Let's just look here. So I'll just show you. There's Mr. Gould Shaw. And here's my skills. And the skills for science. There it is. Laboratory operation gives you more slots to research, whereas your research here gives you 5% bonus to research time. Still helpful, and it didn't cost me. It didn't cost me nothing to get that skill. I would suggest getting both if you're wanting to do that. The last part that I made a mistake on was, and it rolls into kind of the goals of the corporation. I bought two BPOs, very simple BPOs to get started. Uh, this was after the video. Um, and I got a relic and a data analyzer because the corp is going to be focused at the beginning to helping new players or players play actively with exploration. I bought a relic analyzer and a data analyzer and started researching those so that we can build them faster and for less cost as a corporation, and then left them when I moved to my new station. So I have to go back and get those. So that is something that I have to plan out in the future. So those are mistakes, and I try to point out mistakes in the videos because I learn best by making mistakes, and I'm going to make a ton of them, especially with the new corp, especially when as people join, um, you're trying to help different people and do different things. That said, I can show you. This is the best example I can give. It's something that I did this weekend. This is so dumb, but out of Eve play. Does it come up here? uh, just to show you my kind of theory on gameplay. Um, this is what I worked on this weekend at my house over the last couple of days. I know nothing about landscaping other than the last year I've kind of learned it. And this is the hill that I was working on. I was wanting to remove this fence out. I'm slowly working on building this, but this hill here is almost impossible to stand on. So, over the course of the weekend, doing it in small increments, I was able to clear everything out and build a temporary walkway right here where I could then take that down. Uh, which then opened up even more problems because the people who used to own the house left a bunch of trash and things up here, so I started clearing that out. Fixing one thing or making one thing always brings new opportunities and new things to learn from. I was able to build this fence, which needs to be then made better. This is my whole theory on kind of life mostly and getting things done is do things in small steps. Each day I did, it was like 95 degrees out, so I didn't want to overdo things. I would go out for every 30 minutes and do that. Um, Very similar to the way I like to play Eve the last couple months since I started playing. I like to do it in small increments, try different things out. Did I make mistakes when I was building that hill? Yeah. Have I made mistakes here? But I'm learning from them. Um, and so that's what I'm going to be doing with the Corp. I did get one request to join the corporation or a mail to me. Please feel free to mail me or you can join the chat. I would say mail right now. The chat is a little bit quiet since we don't have, it's just a new series. But the more people we get, the more active it'll get. Uh, in the future, I look to making a Discord channel and taking my time with that. Same thing, jumping in right away, getting something simple started, and growing from there. I also like trimming the fat. As I try something that isn't working, I'll get rid of it. So, but that is the state of things right now. Things I'd like to talk about in this video is, again, the BPO's exploration. We already talked about that a little bit ago. I'm going to be buying BPOs, small, basic ones, and researching them. And then as the corporation goes along, seeding those BPOs out and about. And how is that going to be done? Well, we're going to get a couple of uh, corporate offices in some NPC stations seeded throughout the area. I'm going to scout those out. I'll be talking about that here in a little bit. There's a way that you can scout which goes directly into some other things I'm going to be doing. One to show you what we're going to be doing as far as what I'm going to be doing as far as recruiting. I haven't actively recruited yet, other than making these videos, and I'm going to stay with this right now. It's not really a recruitment video; it's just throwing it out there, and if anybody's interested, they can join. If they just want to watch, they can join too. I want to show how I'm planning on recruiting in the goals. Because I think very similar to having a singular focus of a corporation, I think you want to have a focus on who you want to recruit. Do I want to recruit brand new players? No. Am I willing to take on brand new players? Yeah, sure. Anybody with an open mind. But I think you want to focus on what you want to do in small increments. And mine will be players who've played for just a little while and have liked the game and are starting to hit that wall of what do I do next. And that's what I'm going to show you here in the next part of the video. And that will go along with my making ISK. Not off of players, but a way to keep things rolling and going. So, and then we'll roll into some of the bonuses from that. And there's a little known, little used, probably known, but not used thing that I'm going to be doing to do that with. I like taking multiple things that seem to have nothing to do with each other and combining them to create a new thing. So, long-term, short-term goals for the corporation are exploration BPOs, seeding those BPOs out there, growing a good group of guys who like to do things and play the game actively. Um, and then long term, and this is kind of the fun part, setting up some mobile DPOs to start off with so people can get to things quickly that are corporate based. Then maybe even skilling into orcas, having a mobile. I look at an orca. Orcas are mostly used right now as mining ships. I don't have one. It's something I'm going to maybe skill this character into. Um, but I look at them as also mobile home bases because you can carry ships with them. You can carry all sorts of. It's this awesome. Let's just pull it up here. It is an awesome platform to move around in. And rather than having a station, um, you can. There she is. You can fly it around. It hauls ships. It hauls ore. It mines. It does all sorts of things. Is it a slow mover? Yeah. But if you need to move a decent amount of stuff from one area to another, this is a great ship to do. That is medium, not right now, within the next couple of months, maybe buying one or two, and then be funding that for the corporation. The biggest thing there is you would have a mobile base, but you're still not war deckable. That's very important. The corporation that I joined when I first started playing, I talked about this a few times briefly. Within a week, they built their first station, and they got war decked within a week. And that station got blown up. There was, I don't think they were ready to handle what they had. So, mobile depots will allow the corporation to drop things around for help to members, and then orcas being able to move things around, and then at some point long term, starting in setting up our own player-controlled stations so that our players can grow some planetary interaction to make some money on the side out in nullsec. And last but not least, long-term, creating our own stations. At that point, we should at least be able to defend them, or at least have friends to help us defend them. If anything, we'll be able to put up a good fight. Okay? Now that is long-term. Could that change? Yeah, it could. But you have to have a goal at some point. So everything that I do is focused toward that end. And right now it revolves around seeding, getting blueprints, seeding them, and recruiting good people. So how do you do those parts right now? Well, I'm currently doing the career missions, industry, and business. Right now, I'm not doing a ton of them. I'm not doing it like I did the exploration missions, as I talked about the last video. They take a lot longer. But there is one huge bonus that you get from them. It is a free industrial ship. And at the very end, so I did all of the business and industrial missions for one career agent system, and I was able to accrue. Just go on in here. I'll just pull her up. Make active my first industrial ship. Last video I was talking about. Oh no, that's not it. Oh, I have it still at my old station. So it should be at Conabun. That's where it was. And it should be, there she is, the Sigil. So each one of the stations that I do this at, I'll have an industrial ship that I can haul things in. What is that hauler used for? Well, that goes right into the next thing that I'm going to be doing. Oh, wait. Let me just finish off my career mission here so I get my bonus. I'm going to deliver. Good. We'll come back to you. I'm not going to kill myself doing these. This is just a slow progress. Once I get my balance up here, I'm going to spend that money on putting up a good advertisement. But let's just go ahead and jump into our probe that we have. Make it active. Okay. So by doing the career missions, I've been able to raise my stats. I talked about that in the last video. My contact, my interactions with the 4 major groups. So I'm going to take 3 things and make them into one thing in a way. First off, I think I showed this in the last video. All of my major faction interaction stats are above 1.0 now. I can do 1. Amar missions at level 2. I can do Galente at level 2, Minmatar at level 2, and Caldari at level 2. What does that mean for me? Well, I can actually go in and go to the agency, agents and missions, and mission agents, good. And this is the thing that I was saying that is very not used very much by other players. It's distribution agents. And what I can do is I can set it at, I'm looking for agents at level 2 because I can now do up to level 2 missions. I don't want to do level 1s. Those are junky. My goal is to get to at least level 3, and then you start doing really well. But I can do level 2s right now. I want to do them in high sec, any location, for any faction. This is a kicker here. Any faction available, and now I can do them for all 4, rather than just focusing on one. Good. These are all of the guys within range that I can do. And let's just go here. Set. Distribution missions do not make you a ton of IS. They make you a little bit. They get a little bit better as you get higher. You're never going to become a trillion ISK player doing distribution missions. They are an means to an end. And it is also active gameplay, which I like to focus on, rather than just sitting in a mining belt. But there's so many bonuses to what I'm about to do, and I really like it. First off, every time you do 16 storyline missions, or 16 regular missions, you get a storyline mission. And depending on the levels that you're doing them at, you have a chance in those storyline missions of getting a implant. As a new player, implants are very important because they can help you skill up a lot faster. Actually, implants are always helpful. Good. So as a Corp head, if I'm doing these and I'm accumulating these implants, I put them into my character's head. I'll still keep accumulating them. So I can save those and hand them out to other Corp members because it's just free stuff. Especially level 2s and level 3s because they're not that expensive, and the bonuses that you get from them long term are just huge. So that's the first bonus of doing distribution missions. And they're fairly quick to get. I mean, not when I say quick as far as the storyline missions they are. Go ahead and dock up here. But the more important part as far as a corporation is what I'm about to show you next, because I'm going to combine something that I had in a couple videos ago. And this was the final piece, I think, to me deciding to create a corporation, because I needed something that sparked my mind of how to focus my recruitment but not spend thousands and thousands of hours and not spam people and not annoy people. So, guy here is my distribution agent. We're going to start my conversation. Level 2s will always give you, if I'm not mistaken, a mission within the same constellation that you just have to haul something. Now here's the one issue. This is why getting the industrial ship is helpful. Rather than flying my probe around, if I have an industrial ship, I can fit almost any one of the level 2 missions, multiple level 2 missions, into my cargo hold. If I'm not mistaken, my cargo hold is 400, so I cannot do this mission right now. Once I get the industrial ship, I'll be able to start doing it. So we're going to go ahead and decline this one. There's other things to it, but I'm not going to worry about it. Decline. Hopefully, you can decline a mission every 4 hours for a certain agent. Alrighty, so 300 M3s. I can do this one. They're asking me to take this item to this area. Very simple. Set destination. It's only 2 jumps away. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. And it'll give me a whopping 19,000 ISK and 26,000 ISK. This is nothing. Honestly, I understand that. You don't really start making any real ISK until you get to level 3 and even level 4. As you go up in levels, the size of the item that you're transporting usually goes up. I'm not focused on ISK making with this. What I'm focused on are the implants and the next thing that I'm going to do. So we've got that. You always want to make sure you bring your item and drop it in here. We're good, so I'm ready to roll. And before I leave, I'm going to click down here on Pirate's Little Helper. This is a third-party piece of software that I downloaded the other day that I was using during exploration to check guys who were flying around that might want to kill me. And then it dawned on me, and this is why I say this opened my mind and was that final piece that made me interested in making a corporation. Don't really need that window up. Now, Pirate's Little Helper will bring up a fake Eve window here. If you minimize here, you'll see it's its own little window, but you can lay it over the top of everything. And the big kicker here is if I go into local and I click in, and you get a lot faster at this, the local screen, and I click A, and I click C, it will update with all the players in the system. This is incredibly helpful. If you're flying around anywhere and you're interacting with other players, whether you're trying to shoot them, whether you're trying to avoid them, whether or not you're just trying to get some sort of information. For me, it's going to be incredibly helpful because it gives a couple pieces of great information. Number one, it tells me off the top of my head, are they kind of Care Bearish? I'm Care Bearish. Number two, how long have they been playing? Right here, and this is really important. Are they 7 years old? Yeah. Are they going to want to join my corp? No, I'm not going to bug that guy. Are they less than a month old? If they are, they're like myself right here, 0.0 months. That's a new player. Is that somebody I'd want to invite? Possibly, but I'd definitely want to take a look at them. Guys I might be interested in here are recruitment guys who are anywhere from 2 to 6 months, actually anywhere from 1 to 6 months. People who have started playing the game are starting to get the hang of it, but maybe hitting that wall or just want to join something. And how do I know they might want to join? Because of this right here, their corporation. This is a guy, this is a great example. I'm not going to bug him because I haven't set up my emails or my recruitment things to interest people and tell them who we are yet. But what it does tell me is he's 5 months old, he's in this station, and he's part of the Republic University. That is an NPC Corp, where this fellow here is 2 months old, and he's part of the Caldarius Hive. If I'm not mistaken, that is not an NPC Corp. It's a player-controlled corp. I'm not going to bug other people that have their own corps. If they're interested, they can see the videos or maybe do some searches. But this is a way that I can travel around, and we're going to go ahead and do my distribution mission. I can see here who has come and gone from the system. If anybody new pops in, it will not be highlighted, and I know I can update my Pirate's Little Helper. See that right there? Quabo just came in. So all you do is hit Control A. Oops, I was doing Shift A. Control A, 2 people came in. And then Control C, and it's going to update. I've got the 2 new people here, 11 months. Absolute order. And Quabo is brand new. Republic University. So that is a way. Now, I can go from system to system and look for players that might be the type that we as a corporation are looking for to get started. And this is something that I could do an internal video for the corporation to teach other players how to do at the beginning so they can help recruit. And they're not just going out there sending emails and trying to talk to people. Oh my gosh, I've had so many people over the last couple of months. I'm flying around. They're like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Well, they do like. I know everybody's run into this. They start a conversation up. They're really nice and amiable, and then they're like, "Hey, and if you're interested, come to our channel, and maybe you'll be interested in joining us." I'm not up for that. I don't have time. I'll write an email. I'll look this guy up. Maybe do some information. And send them a quick email. If they're interested, they'll join. If they're not interested, they're not going to. I'm not going to kill people or bug them to death. I'm not going to robocall them, for gosh sakes. I'm going to send them a mailer. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to send them a mailer in their mailbox. And if they pull it out and go, "Hey, that's kind of cool," that's the way we're going to join. So as you see here, I just jumped into a new system. There's 11 people here. So if I didn't have Pirate's little helper up here, how would I know who to talk to? I'd have to click on each person. I have to go, "Was fair? Okay, you are Eternal Requiem." Oh, then it changes here. Okay, who haven't I talked to? Well, I'd have to do a Control A. With this right here, I can do Control A, Control C, and it will update everything for me. And now I know that I've got 1, 2 brand new guys. There's me, Robert Gould Shaw, and then a bunch of guys from other areas. The player-owned corps. So I'm not going to bug them. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. So that, I'm going to go ahead and close this down because I'm not ready to start specifically recruiting people. I'm going to probably wait a week for that. I probably will only do that on days that I'm not working. Tonight, I'm starting my new shift, a night shift. I'll be working 12-hour days for the next 4 days. And then the nice part is I get a nice chunk at the beginning of the week where I can play a lot of Eve and do a lot of work around the house. But this is actually going to be my active gameplay time where I get to shoot things. Whereas whenever I have more time on my days off, I can focus on the corporation building. So that is basically my big hint of the day. If you're ever wanting to make your own corp, is something that you can do. The other part with distribution missions is it will take you to areas of Eve that maybe you aren't. When you're just mining an area, a lot of times I think people just get stuck in a specific area. The way this is going to go with the exploration and with distribution missions, I'm going to be traveling all over high-sec, and then later on into when I do the exploration into low-sec and into null-sec and wormholes. It forces you to get out and play the game and see what's out there. So that is basically that. Where are we at here with time? Oh, we're about to good time video, 30 minutes. So again, we're going to finish this off. Start conversation and complete it. And here we go. Boo, boo, boo. So, got to drop off the advertisement at the end. If you're interested in just not even joining the corporation. If you want to hang out with similar players, I have created the channel. It's going to be the 5Cs. We are not affiliated with anyone. I don't plan on being affiliated with anyone. I want this to be active gameplay, having fun. Hopefully within the next week, I'll have a Discord channel up. We'll keep one side for the corporation, another side for a player chat that anybody can join. And I'll keep doing the videos. I'm going to try to keep doing some public videos. I will start making corporate-centric videos to help members of the corporation who join. Those will be videos that will be additions to some of the videos that are coming out now of exploration, setting things up, getting things, helpful videos that maybe Corp members ask for. I need to shave. But if you're interested, you can join us in the FCs. Again, it's going to be a little bit quiet for a while until we get some people in, or you can just mail me like my buddy did earlier. And we are recruiting. Uh, just looking for people to have fun. 0% taxes. No, I'm just joking. It is. Um, and just looking to have fun. That's all it is. So that's about it. Fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however the heck you like. And my last catchphrase, which I'm going to throw in, stay alive. Alrighty. Have a good one.